What's good with YouTube? Y'all know Big Flacco with a convict's perspective, where I'm gonna smash, dash, slide on through with a little bit of energy. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support this channel, and hit that bell notification for future fire content. We got an interesting topic, man. An interesting situation that occurred on Sunday night. As you can tell by that title and that thumbnail, 5 inmates charged with attempted murder against sheriff deputies in Monterey County Jail. Now, first and foremost, let's remember these are just allegations, man. All inmates are innocent until proven guilty. So let's get to it, man. So apparently, deputies in the Monterey County Jail got word that in K-Pod, K-Block, that there was some tattooing going on. So they elected to go do a quick search of where they heard this was occurring. As they entered into the block, it was 3 deputies. 2 males and 1 female. Remember, the female is going to be really important in this whole situation. Now, allegedly, this is what happened. As they tried to stop one inmate and try to apprehend him, he pushed off from these deputies. From there, 4 other inmates came to his aid. And from there, a little melee took place between inmates and deputies. Fists were mainly used in the beginning, but apparently one inmate came upon a baton and started using it on one deputy, hitting him in the back and in the head area. After he was done, he allegedly threw this and hit another deputy, injuring that deputy. 2 of these 3 deputies had to go to outside hospitals. 1 was treated on site. The deputies' quick to react squads, which is basically a bunch of deputies who are going to respond to any type of violence or melees or incidents that occur in the county jail, responded and soon gained control. After the dust was settled, you had 5 inmates who were detained and who were charged with attempted murder. Jose Mejia, Mario Rodriguez, Justin Solorio, Joey Valdez, and Adam Villarreal. The Sheriff's Department did a press release, and they said that the inmates tried to take a deputy's life. Basically overkill. As we already know that most of the situations that arrive with deputies, especially when a melee ensues, it's not to really kill a deputy or try to kill an officer. It's basically to hurt that deputy or officer, to stop them from doing what they're doing, and to basically get your money on. And what I mean by get your money on is get that ass. Now, I doubt that there was any intent to kill a deputy. I doubt that there was even anything close to killing any of these deputies, right? But they're going to basically write it, overkill it, all for media attention, right? To pretty much try to get these inmates convicted of serious crimes. Now, Northerners as a whole are one of the least likely groups in prison and in the county jail to get off with the administration, with other officers or sheriffs, because they know the attention that it brings. And especially in the main lines in prison, you can lose a whole lot of manpower, and there's a lot of retaliation that occurs once you get into it with correctional staff. The groups that are traditionally more violent towards staff are usually the Crips, you know what I'm saying, other black groups, and then the Southsiders. It's very rare to hear about Nortenos getting off with correctional staff, but a lot of times if they are, there's usually a reason behind it. As far as Northerners and Nortenos getting off, it's rare, right? But it had to be a situation that either 1, their buttons were pushed, and this was what was called for, or 2, alcohol and drugs could have been involved. Once inmates get a little drunk or a little bit of dope, whatever it may be, especially if you're in your backyard and you're around nothing but your people, it's real easy to get froggy and want to jump. Now, knowing that the code of conduct that Nortenos conduct themselves in a professional manner and even respect towards, the K-9, which is the correctional officers, there would have to be something that had to have triggered these individuals to react like that, like I said. And the thing I noticed, right, in this whole ordeal is this. You had 2 male deputies and 1 female deputy. What ends up always occurring, I've noticed, right, is anytime you have a woman that's working in any type of environment like this, right, you always going to have those correctional guards that are going to be trying to show off, impress her, and do all those things. Now, knowing how Nortenos get down, I have a funny feeling that one of these deputies tried to push that envelope of disrespect towards this group. And instead of trying to de-escalate the situation, They tried to pretty much incite a fucking problem or incite an issue, which gave a response. These Northerners, Nortenos, allegedly may have reacted to. Now I get it. It's jail. A lot of inmates don't have nothing coming. If you violate the rules, man, you're supposed to get some type of punishment, right? But I think this had to be more than just some type of punishment. Like I said, I guarantee you that there was some form of disrespect that had been done either at that moment or in the past by one of those deputies. And just because even guards are trained that Nortenos are not usually those that are going to sit there and provoke or try to incite any type of violence towards staff, it doesn't mean that they still won't react. They're men at the end of the day. And this being a stronghold for the Nortenos, right? I would expect that this household would be operating pretty much on, full expectations, right? And that it'd be basically game tight, like every other time it's been like that in Monterey County Jail. The homies go to the county jail and they're already well versed and well schooled. So for this just to be a situation that just happened just to happen, nah, there has to be more behind it. Guarantee that. Now this county jail has priors where the homeboys have got off with the deputies before. They were getting off on them in around 2003, 2004, the homies were, which led to them housing all the individuals in K-Pod and other parts of the jail where the Nortenos were at. They started housing all of them in Salinas Valley State Prison. And that was all a similar situation as well, but a lot of them in the end kind of got in trouble a little bit for that, man, because they kind of overdid it a little too much. During that whole ordeal, man, a lot of homeboys caught cases, man. A lot of cell extractions, a lot of attacks on guards were occurring. That they just housed them in Salinas Valley. And they were transferred from court in vans or in buses. I remember in 2003, the first time I met Lucifer from Watsonville was based on the fact that when he was in Santa Cruz County, he was acting a fool, popping doors and getting off with fucking staff. I mean, they were even bringing in fucking bean bags and guns and stuff to shoot his ass, right? I read all his paperwork, man, and you know what I'm saying? He was definitely with the shit. He wasn't tolerating some of the stuff that they were doing. He was filing class actions and appeals in there, and they kept on throwing them away, so he elected to start getting off of them. So yeah, even though traditionally Nortenos don't really get off or try to avoid having any type of physical contact with correctional staff, whether they're county jail or prison, does not mean it doesn't happen. But it really has to be something that they've exhausted all remedies or they felt physically threatened. Then action could be justified in them taking it. So in this situation in Monterey County, what recently took place, it's only going to be a matter of time to see if it was justified or if this is just an isolated incident that just got carried away. Like I said, sometimes alcohol or drugs could be involved and will, kind of cloud people's judgment. That's happened in the past. But the fact that they had 4 individuals that jumped for this individual showed that this was probably something that they had been thinking about or considering happening. But then again, all this is allegedly what happened. Now, the way Monterey County Jail is putting this out there, man, like I said, man, they're putting some salsa on their tacos, man. It's a little bit exaggerated. Like I said, I doubt that any of these inmates were trying to kill a correctional staff officer, but of course the DA and whatnot are going to put it out there like they did. Anyways, with that said, it's your boy Flacco from a convict's perspective. I'm out.